Put your hands up.
Hey, what's up guys? This is Real Kronk here, and I'm a little late to this, but I also wanted to give you guys a kind of laid back 2025 sim rig update. As we're late into 2025, almost now into 2026, which is crazy guys to even say that, I kind of wanted to show you guys some improvements to the rig that we've made. A lot of you guys have known if you follow me on Instagram, but I wanted to walk through and show you guys some cool new features that I have if you guys might have missed it. So starting off with the rig, nothing's changed here. We got the Trak Racer TR120S V2 in the stunning metallic blue. This is phenomenal. I think hands down, out of all the rigs that I've seen so far from Trak Racer and that I've purchased, I think the TR120 and the TR160 obviously are going to be my two top choices. I went with the TR120 obviously just because I didn't need something as beefy as a TR160, but we kept it with this, and I am thoroughly happy, especially since I'm running a SimMagic Alpha U. A lot of you guys remember I was running a Fanatec Club Sport DD, but we made that jump to SimMagic, and I have no regrets on that as well. We paired this with the SimMagic P1000s. I got the haptic reactors for the throttle and the brake only. Don't use the clutch as much, so I felt it wasn't really a necessary option. And we also went with the throttle for the gas, the hydraulic, and the hydraulic brake as well. That one is coming in the mail to be put onto the rig. Nothing's changed with the monitors. We're still rocking 49-inch Samsung Neo G9s paired with the Acer 24-inch monitor up top. Now this is obviously, if you guys watch my live streams, I use this for mostly chat. If I'm solo racing, I will use the lovely Sim Racing pit wall for my telemetry data. This is top tier. I don't recommend anything else other than lovely Sim Racing for that. And we also have a tablet too, so if I want to run my telemetry and also monitor the chat, I still keep this going for chat purposes. Nothing's changed here. Still got the GSI FPV2, fresh back from repairs. We had an issue with one of the connectors on the rear, so I sent it back to GSI. Massive props and shout outs to GSI. The customer service has always been phenomenal. If you guys need a wheel, check them out. And we've got two additional wheels that I just previously mounted using SimMagic QR mounts on the side of the rig. I think this is like the coolest, simple addition to the rig. And, you know, it's just like little stuff like this that makes the rig 1,000 times better. Before I had my wheels kind of stuffed in this box over here, you know, it wasn't really ergonomic. So I like this better. I got the GT Neo here. I use this one a lot for GT racing. It's actually very, very underrated. I love this wheel actually. I don't use it enough, and when I do use it, I find myself always saying, you know, I need to use this wheel a lot more. And we got the fresh wheel, the Picorni GTE Pro V3. This one was an interesting build. A shout out to the homie Grays Dynamics. If you guys need any wheels built from Picorni, or anything just along the lines of sim racing needs for wheels or anything chassis related or funky knobs or switches or anything like that, go check him out, man. He's a phenomenal dude. Like I had seen his content, never really interacted with him because I wasn't really to make that leap into the Picorni realm. I was still fresh off my GSI, but honestly, I recommend nothing but the best from him. But going to the cameras now, we got two Insta360 Link 2Cs. I just added this one. We had already had one, but I added one for the wheel so that you guys can see the wheel while live streaming. I think that's a cool addition as we switched into the vertical streaming realm. This is a cool addition because it allows you guys to see the wheel. You know, we pay a lot of money for these wheels, so, you know, before you could only see the top half of it, but now you guys can see the full wheel. So I think that's cool. Big change with the PC2. Before we're still rocking the i7, 64 gigs of RAM, but now we've gone to the 5080. So we had a 4080 Super, made a small upgrade because I wanted to have a 4080 in my PC for work purposes. So that one that I do a lot of editing on, I made that jump up. But I think so far, honestly, guys, I think out of everything, nothing really major has changed other than the wheelbase and the rig. And we also added the monitor stand. I can't believe I missed that. Sorry, guys. But as we're kind of doing this freely here, because it seems like every time I try to make a list, there's so much stuff that that I always miss, but we went with the large freestanding monitor mount. Now, I had this rig mounted before, and I just wasn't comfortable with it. I wanted to rock my wheelbase at a high range. I'm currently rocking it around like 15 to 18 Newton meters. That's like a comfortable realm for me, so I wanted to keep that right there where it is. But I think honestly this is a good choice because this thing's solid, doesn't move that much. It's holding my PCs, holding this monitor. So between these two things, I mean, alone you're talking like 60 to 80 pounds. Because this monitor is about 40 pounds. My PC is about a good 20 pounds, give or take. I know it's heavy. I've lifted it off this thing several times, but and that's about it, honestly. And the keyboard, nothing's changed with the keyboard. I think we got a Logitech K400. Actually, we did change our keyboard. Before we were using a Logitech gaming keyboard and a mouse, which, as you know, I don't have a desk, so I'm trying to do all the adjustments in the car on the fly. So this is quick and easy to grab. I highly recommend this. I know a lot of sim racers use this, but I highly recommend this. And one last thing, I always forget these, but these are the most crucial and critical parts to my sim rig, actually. These SimRep Engineering MLDs. These are the most underrated thing that I probably have on this rig. They're highly, highly, highly used. I cannot explain that enough. These are running the Daniel Newman Racing profiles, so I like, out of all the profiles I think I've tried, I like this one the best. If Lovely Sim Racing came out with a profile for this, trust me 100%, I would probably switch to that. But this is good. If I'm using a wheel that doesn't have a screen, it shows my telemetry, or not telemetry, gears. So I like that because sometimes if I'm not looking at the screen or if my FOV is kind of off, I can use these as an indicator just to kind of see from the corner of my eye, the peripheral, that, you know, what gear I'm in. And it's important on the start of the races too. Obviously, you're paying attention to a lot of things. I'm looking directly at the screen, so these are in like perfect eye view. So I can see if there's a car left to me or to the right of me. So this is great. These are a very, very, very useful tool that I highly often forget about, but they come in clutch during those late night races, long races, stuff like that, especially if I'm, you know, if I'm in a hypercar doing a race and there's a car, a GT car that I can't see in my blind spots or whatever that may be, just because my FOV is kind of closer in. These are great, especially if I have the HUD turned off. So that's about it for my 2025 sim rig tour. I'm tucked away nice and neatly in the corner of my living room. So thanks guys for all the support. Be sure to like and subscribe and drop a comment if I missed anything. I appreciate you guys. Thanks.